Somebody desperately needs to love. Somebody needs love. And that love is coming from within. Okay. I'm hearing what you need is love. This is in relation to a vision. Somebody had a vision that they were being chased by zombies. Or maybe somebody's being chased by zombies right now. And the only way these people stop harassing you is if you love them. And I feel like that's the one thing you're running away from, whoever I'm talking to. That's the one thing you don't want to do is love these people. And it is almost coming out like a joke, like this is funny. But I don't think it's funny at all. And this child is the culprit. And look at them, they're trying to nail him. Or, well, this is after the fact. But I'm not going to use any personal judgments against this photo. I just see that this person is tired and this person is now dead. So, whatever's going on with these people, Christ has also been through. And if you love Christ, then you'll love these people as well. That's the only thing I'm getting as far as suffering. Christ bent legs, playful, interweaves instruments. I'm just feeling like somebody's going through a tremendous amount of pain, and it's all as a result of not wanting to love somebody. So this is for some people. I feel like most people aren't ready to hear this. Well, I'm not sure what the numbers are, but I feel like this is very difficult to hear for some people. So for those who are ready, as soon as you open up your heart and love, these people are going to run away from you. They're going to run in the opposite direction. And this is just part of life. Maybe you don't genuinely want people to run away from you. Maybe you don't genuinely want to be alone. And some people are going through loneliness because of it. Why is it every time I try to love somebody, they end up hurting me or walking out on me and yada yada? It's just like part of the human condition. We don't understand everything and why things happen, but some people are being chased and harassed as if by a zombie apocalypse or something like this. And now I'm hearing that Christ is also part of these zombies. He's one of them. And when you love him, you accept everything that he comes with. All that sin that he absorbed. So again, I'm feeling like this is for somebody who's on the advanced spirituality. I just saw the fortune card, and well, like this is not something you can brag about. Somebody is making a lot of money out of this, and I feel like whoever it is just this is gonna go over here. They just don't care at this point because everything they've been through is not the goal. It's almost like inconsequential because of where your mind is and just how traumatized this person is that I'm seeing. And just what it feels like to love somebody when nobody loves you is obsession versus love. And I feel like this is the process you're going through. Getting through this, what to really be that kind. And nobody being on your level competitively because nobody wants to do what you're doing. And this is why they want you so much, because you're doing something that nobody else is doing. And you need support. This comes from God. He's going to lift the heavy burden for you. He's going to make it easier for you. And because Christ is one of these zombies, at some point, these readings come in all different phases of the world. Of course, he rises in, but somebody is going through the phase of Christ being dead and him after what happened when he absorbed all that sin. And you can see the flock for what they are, which is a pack of zombies. What's happening here? And then I'm seeing this child as being, you come because he's not carrying Christ, but he's still part of the crowd, like he's helping out in some way. And that's how I feel like people are just kind of wrapped around your feet and getting tangled up in your vibe, but they're really not helping. Okay. Then you have Page of Swords. And this is just how I feel like, I feel like this is how you're thinking right now. Like, this is nothing you can be proud of. This money, this help you can really genuinely, in this position that you're in right now, I feel like it's nothing that you can be grateful for because it's such a distraction and a disturbance. And it's almost it's causing most of the problems that you feel like you're going through. The last word I'm going to use is dramatic. I don't feel like you're being dramatic at all. This art style is very dramatic, but a man coming off the cross is nothing to laugh about. He's bearing the scar of what he's been through for us. So then don't condemn yourself. And Christ died for a reason so that you wouldn't have to. But at the same time, it's like anybody in these people's place would behave the same way. You got to think about it. What's going on with them? Maybe they're diseased. Maybe they're contaminated. Maybe they've been poisoned. You never know. I feel like that's what these movies are about. Maybe you watched them in the past, like how to deal with the spiritual aspect of zombieism, how to have more compassion on people who don't seem to be able to control themselves. I feel like that's really important, like to go back and watch some of these movies, because again, it's a metaphor. So as I'm told, I believe it's a metaphor. But some drugs do make people behave precisely like the metaphor. And so we're learning to deal with, what if this was a reality? You never know how it started. Like, try to separate the judgment that belongs to, the judgment that might be passed on to ourselves and how we might criticize ourselves because we are perfectionists versus someone who doesn't deserve that type of judgment. Someone who is struggling, severely struggling, is all of us. We're all in the same boat at some point, especially people who want to do better. These are the people who can never be good enough by their own standards. So it might be a time to look in the mirror and see that there is a flaw in every reflection. Everybody can see something that needs to be improved. And some people don't see anything at all because they're so focused on the next person. And maybe the more focused you are on the next person just shows how much of a zombie or a zombie infection you have to deal with and needs to be cured. Of course, Christ is a cure, and there's no other cure out there to go running around looking for. It is Jesus. Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords. Yeah. Precisely. It's Jesus. He's the only one. He's the conqueror of all these demons that's running around. Yeah, I feel like some people just have more control over their thoughts and what they say and what they believe, and they know that if I admit to something, then I'm gonna be in the same boat, and that's where I don't want to be. I'd rather drown in this icy cold water than be in the same boat with a zombie. And some people genuinely feel that way, and it is what it is. But this is how we heal as a people. Healing as a people is understanding every person's problem because it's a human problem, and evolving together. Some people do get left behind, but that's not the goal. That's never okay. You never want one of your people to be left behind. Okay. This is coming off really strong. But I know you have not the love of God in you. Guys, I cannot make this up. Like, this is a hot seat. It's all about love. That's the main take home. You don't want to be around these people because you don't love them. I'm talking with somebody who needs to learn how to love. And some of them believed and consorted with Paul and Silas, and of the devout Greeks and great multitude, and of the chief, not a few. I don't know why. I don't know why this is coming out right now. And the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. I'm not sure what's happening here, and this is going a bit too deep for me. But whoever is hearing that and knows what's going on can take that word, because I mean, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I don't feel qualified to speak on any of it. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. All right, I feel like almost like the tower, like everybody knows what's being said. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified God. Okay. All right, so getting back to this love, I feel like somebody's having a problem loving themselves because of something that happened to them in the past, something that caused them to feel anger towards this emotion, and it just turned into anger. So whoever this is, your anger is your love. Don't feel exposed in any way. Don't feel penalized or traumatized. I mean, it's your feeling, however you feel. But from this reading, I'm picking up that stay true to yourself. Is like, it's digging, piercing, and whoever it is that this message is for is surviving this penalty, and they will rise back up because they know that their emotion is true and real. Maybe it's the wrath. Maybe it's the wrath of God that I'm talking about. And maybe it starts off as love, and then you already know whoever I'm talking to because you've been through it. You know what it's like to love somebody and be abused and be attacked, and what these people, what these zombies actually do to you, opening up your heart in the first place, and you having to be on their level of obsession and going crazy and having to call on Christ with all your might, waiting for him to pull you back up, having faith that he's going to raise you from the dead. Now we're talking about okay, now it's too late for that. So this isn't for everyone. Some people do need to sit down and get devoured by a demon. But that's not what I'm getting from this. May you be blessed in the Lord. May you be blessed by the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. It's just a whole lot of chaos here. All right, I'm just going to say it. I feel like this has a lot to do with wars going on around the world, specifically Israel. What's going on in Israel? But that's all I'll say. And repentance and rest is your salvation, and quietness and trust is your strength. And that's all I'll say. I might not even upload this because it's real. I feel like the spiritual war is turning into a real war. And there's also, it might be World War Z. You might hear some zombies starting to stir up right now and getting excited. But when you calm down your own energy and love yourself and love yourself, loving your neighbors as yourself. This is a law. I can't avoid it. Absorbing them, you are immune to whatever is infecting them. You're immune to it. This person I'm talking to, who already knows themselves, you're beyond this love. You are raging. Okay. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. You're in a special category. No fire is touching you. Okay. You're beyond any flame on earth. You're sitting next to Christ. Nothing in all creation will ever be able to separate us from the love of God. And nobody can separate you. Okay? So what I'm getting at with this movie, World Z or something about a war, the war of the apocalypse, is that when you calm down, the zombies walk right past you. They don't notice you because they feed off of your energy and you're able to control your energy. But nobody can feel the wrath of God like you can. Most of these people just burst into flames and you're angry right beside the Lord. You're suffering right with Christ. This isn't reaching everyone's ears. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. It's just coming full circle. I feel like what I'm getting from this is that everybody is on some walk with Christ, some phase in their walk with Christ. And if you judge what's going on around you, you might put it into labels like, oh, this person is a goody two shoes. She never wants to be part of the fight. Well, this person is the angriest of everybody. She's the angriest of all. And that's why she's not getting involved. She's headed up to here. She's done. These people running around looking like zombies are doing the most. That's what I'm feeling like. Greater love has no one more than this. Greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. These people running around looking like zombies, devouring everything in sight, they laid down their lives. They got caught up. They got sucked in. And now they're part of this craziness, this craze, this overindulgence, this overstimulation, all for a purpose. I mean, everybody, I don't know it all. So I'm just reading what I see here. But I feel like it's all for a purpose. And eventually, these people are going to call out. They're going to be saved. It might take longer for some people, but maybe they just need more healing. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand. And now we have strength coming out. Or do we? Yes, we have it. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. And repentance and rest is your salvation, and quietness and trust is your strength. I will strengthen you and help you. This is coming from God. This is him protecting all of his people. So, yeah. I could be talking to someone who's maybe experimented with narcotics or drugs or has an addiction, and they know what it's like to be on that side, and now they're walking for Christ. And there's just nothing you can say to them that's going to try and get them to see your side of things, because they already know what your side of things looks like. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. See, when you're teaching someone to do this, it almost implies like they're currently not doing this. Yeah, there's salvation for everyone, I feel like. And then even if maybe sometimes we read the word out of context, you might just hear someone being chastised and corrected, and you think, oh, that's it. That's eternity. He's never going to be forgiven. But just wait. And then here comes that love. Here comes those blessings. Yeah. Okay. The kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors. So whoever is doing this correcting, somebody might be calling you abusive, but you know what your love is, and that's all I'm going to say about that. You're the one that's benefiting from one having to go through being accused. You have to suffer through these accusations, and I'm hearing someone saying it's going to hurt you more than it hurts me, and it definitely will. But I know him, and he hath sent me. All right. So somebody's working with this same energy. It's tough love. It's coming from everywhere and it's landing on everybody.